All right.
F12.
At 12.
What? That's not working. I didn't want to do that.
What are you trying to do?
F11.
Oh, full screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Hey, all. Welcome to my more artwork.
Give me your, I need that for my side.
You need that for your side. Right.
I do.
Yes, I know. So today I'm going to do some fresh artwork. I'm not doing coloring today, and I decided that I kind of want to do a dragon. So it's going to be a mixture between Maleficent and
Maleficent, yeah.
that one and Fantasia, but with a bearded dragon style to it. So I'm going to do some sketches initially to try and figure out where I want to go with this artistically, and then I'll finalize things coming up to that to make the completion of the thing. So uh, initially, I'm thinking there's going to be a giant rock right about here. So we're going to sketch out just a rock. He's going to be standing on top of his wings are probably going to be here, here, and then the tail is going to be back this way. But I've kind of got to sketch out some details before I finalize anything. And I made toss this initial sketch and then reinitialize things and figure things out as I go along. I'm not sure yet. Creativity is always a work in progress, and that's kind of the way it works. So, all right, so we're making mountains right now. So, is this mountain big? It's a definitely a spot where a cat or a dragon would hang out at the very top. So that's what we're doing right now. So from the corner, I'm going to do maybe a little bit of an incline. Let's see here. So we're going to make this maybe a little, no, we're going to do this and then come down this way. So initially, I'm going to draw up the skeleton of the dragon. So I'm thinking we've got claws that are grabbing the inside of this mountain here. All right, so we got that kind of initially. So that would cause a a thing where there's a 3D action going on because obviously he's grabbing on top of that. So let's go with probably going to do uh, the arm goes up this way and then goes into the dragon itself. Uh, the other hand's going to be here, I'm thinking. Just for initial sketches and trying to figure out where we want to go. And then his arm's going to go probably from about here up to about. And dragon beard arms are like Popeye. They have these like weird muscular things where they've got a whole bunch of muscle down here, but and a lot at the top. But it's very beard dragons are a very weird thing. So okay, so now we're thinking head. So we've got this one here. His belly's going to go down this way, right towards the top of the mountain. And we're going to have him come down this way. And there's going to be, let's see, we're going to draw the bottom of this one just as a general reference all the way down here. So because we've got the hands here, the head's going to be, I want to say right about here. It looks more like a pit bull than anything else, but we'll work on that. Right. So we've got the head kind of sectioned out. We've got this body portion, and this needs to kind of coalesce with the thing that kind of comes back. So we're going to do that. We're going to put a leg right about here. All right. Then we got leg that comes up this way and then comes back towards the back. All right. So now we have a leg segment here. All right. We're going to pull this out a little bit. And what we're going to do is let's just do scales, because most bearded dragons have a white underbelly. Most other dragons have a belly that goes down here. So we're going to come back to that later, but we want to work on the scale, the tail now. Scale tail. So this foot actually needs to go further out this way. And we're going to do a little bit of eraser head. There we go. All right, so now we have the general form of what we're doing. Let's see. So coming down just from line of sight, maybe this tail needs to come up a little bit more, because we don't want to create a thing that's not natural. So if he's down here, if I put the belly down here and there's no hill, that doesn't make sense. So we're going down this way, and we're going to go down to about here for the bottom end of this chest piece here, and this is where the tail begins. So do I want to make the tail crazy? Do I make it a spiral? Do I make it where it just kind of flips up a little bit like a scorpion? That's the ultimate question. So
I would say go like around the rock, like have the tail go around the rock.
oh, so it goes.
Yeah, like you see the full effect of the tail.
So it goes down this way.
Yeah, like curls around. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to add just a little bit of tail at the end, kind of like Baby Drax head.
Yep.
Go up
You
this
can always
way.
fix the tapering later, but yeah, literally that.
Let me get rid of this. Wax erasers. All right, so we've got a good form going on now. So we've got head, arms, rock, chest, tail. Now we need wings.
Hi, Gizzy.
So as far as wings go, I, I want them to be majestic. And normally with angels, demons, dragons, usually they're about here or here. So I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to do a symmetrical thing. So it's going to be his wings are outspread. So there's going to be a contour between these two to make it symmetrical looking. Obviously, this one being a little bit shorter, but this one a little bit longer, just because of the perception field of view. So we're going to do, I think, hey, look, there's a dragon. You can't see that from this point, but the light, if I hold it a certain way, let's see if we can figure this out. No, can't do it. From this point, you can probably see it on TikTok. It
Yeah.
looks like
There's a weird circular thing going
There's a
on.
dragon eye right there.
Yeah.
So, and it literally looks like a Mobius strip. But anyways, all right. So I'm gonna
Gizzy
go.
said, amazing idea. Love the base of it already.
I'm thank you. Appreciate that. So we're gonna do. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do Fantasia, Devil, uh, or Maleficent. And I think that the hooks at the end of the wings kind of make a dragon a thing. And then obviously
It's kind of
the
like a bat wing, in other words, how they have that little
right,
like finger
exactly.
appendage on the top of the wing.
Yeah. So so we're gonna go ahead and do
Wondering if we should move the light because
could
it's
you
kind of
even
dark on the face.
see can you even see the
Yeah, look, you can see it on camera right there.
right? So if you're on TikTok, you can see it looks like it's got like eyes. Hey,
Right?
I'm a dragon. Anyways, for the people watching on YouTube, you can follow whether dragons or
No,
Drax the Dragon.
my username on TikTok is Drax underscore the underscore then dragon 23.
So I'm going to do some foreshadowing. So, or for forced perspective is what they call it.
Or I'll
So,
write it in the chat in case somebody comes in later.
so this one's going to be a little bit longer, but this one's going to be foreshortened, if that's a word.
Right?
So art is always a venture, and here we go. Let's do here. We're gonna do right about that, and then we're gonna do down here. This wing's probably going to be folded over a little bit, from what I can figure. And whenever you get people drawing dragons, especially with wings, they're always like perfect. They're like the end of the ribs of the skin between the lines that go like this are always kind of like, oh, they're perfect. No, it needs to be like this because they've seen a lot of damage and they do the things, and even if you have a bird, they're missing feathers. Like this is just
They're just rugged.
right. This is a guy who's seen a lot of stuff. That's what I'm getting to. So all right, so
He got in trouble for being too judgy.
he stood on his perch for too long. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go down to here, which is his shoulder, and then we've got to do the same sort of attention to this side. So I'm thinking it's going to be about right here, and it's going to be longer than the other side as far as wing distance, because this is obviously closer in perspective because he's turned this way. So this will give you a foreshortening for the drawing. Okay, so I'm getting to my line right here, which is where the end of the right here, where I can tear this piece of paper out of this notebook, and I'm like, I don't want to get that close. But sometimes art takes you past its boundaries. Um, and then I'm going to give him a big sweeping side on this one. And I'm going to give him this is the outside of his wing from the back side. It's folded over. kind of like Charizard. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pencil this in real quick. Yep. All right. So we're going to do here. It's going to be shorter than the outside line because this is going to be the area where it's his wings folded over, but this is the inside of the wing. So this needs to be longer than this side because it's folded in.
In perspective too.
Correct. And so I'm going to erase this later, but most people who draw dragons are like, yeah, that's a perfect dragon wing.
No.
No. Dragons have their battles.
Thank you for the likes, guys. Keep them coming.
Yes, thank you, guys. Dragons have their battles, and they show them.
It's the battle of judging. You know it's true.
So that they need a little bit of wing damage. Not so much. Like it's not like this whole thing's missing or his other wing is missing. It's more of this is how the land of dragons are. Okay, so I want to draw a claw up here. I think. That looks a little bit off-putting. I'm going to try and make that not look so awkward. Everybody says,
I think it would look better if it was actually turned out a little bit.
oh, this way?
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
I can actually get you one. I have one in the closet. You want to use that?
I got it.
Okay.
So you want a Charizard Claude.
Pretty much.
That's what you want.
Yes.
So that kind of gets. I'll come back to that. So we're looking at. I'm trying to think here. Let's start from the inside, going out. I don't like that. Sometimes you make mistakes. This wasn't a happy one. Okay. I'm probably just going to go this way out because it seems more symmetrical to do it that way. So I'm going to make this one a little bit longer than that one. That feels about right. That's a little too wide. No. Halfway, I think. So for people who are watching, I'm actually going to do this in charcoal. So this will be a complete black and white drawing. I am not a master at charcoal, but it is one of my preferred media choices because I'm all about shading. And when it comes to charcoal, it's like lick the finger and go, and then you can make things look, it's more of a tactile kind of medium for me, where shading has become a thing that I love doing. Uh, but when you're working with markers, you can't really do that too much. You can blend a lot of colors together, but charcoal just gives you that much more of a tactile kind of like I can actually change the way this looks. If it doesn't look good, you can kind of go, yeah, forget about it. Okay, so that one's going to be the dark part of it. So I'm going to shade this out real quick just to remind myself of where I'm going. And same thing with pencil. You can do the same thing where you can blend just by using a little bit of moisture, and then it's like finger painting, but better. All right. How much further do I need to go down that much more? I don't think I do. I think I need to do, well, you know what? Because it's attached to the back here. I'm going to go down this way. And that one's not going to be as messed up as the rest of them. That one. Look at another smaller kind of vein that goes down. There you go. That makes much more sense. All right, so that's the first wing. I'm gonna add a little bit of a thing up here. It needs to go that way because that's the main kind of. So we're gonna do the same thing with this one over here. So you can see where this is closer, this is further, this is larger, that's smaller. So for now we need to do what now? Oh, gosh. I think this needs to be larger down here. It needs to be more rounded and closed off because I think that looks better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. All right. Now I need to start thinking about head. So
Well, you have a perfect person to look at over there.
No, I know. Um, it's like Stop looking at me.
Exactly.
I think there needs to be more spikes coming out the back end of this here. Although his spikes, I'm looking at Drogon right now, or Beard Dragon, trying to figure out what I need. But
He's also tilting his head the wrong way,
right?
just because you have to look at him.
So okay, so got the legs and the arms and the leg. I'm always bad at drawing faces, so for me, it's kind of like it's a battle.
Hi, Liliana.
Um, where how do I do this thing? Do I draw the eye here and then mouth here, but you look sad?
No, you got to make him look angry and fierce. Because if he's got the fierce wings and the ripped up wings, you got to give him some fierceness.
I
He's got to be a warrior.
so at the end there has to be a treasure trove of gold over here down the bottom. You know, name's not Smog, but dragons are dragons, and they love their gold.
Exactly. They also love their bugs.
That true. That true. Um. So this is something I haven't picked up for about 20 something years. So we're gonna see how this goes. I've kind of already solidified these wings. I know this is gonna be a thing. So I'm gonna start. So soft or medium? Let me do soft first. This is always a messy procedure because your hands get full of charcoal. And then I'm starting off the soft. So and once again, this is like the first time in oh gosh, 24 years that I've touched charcoal as a medium to make art. So bear with me. I'm not the best at it because I'm well out of practice.
Well, we're here to practice, and everybody's watching what you're doing. So
I have found something new. It's called my artistic development.
right.
All right. Going back to soft. Let's see how this works out. Oh, this is horrible. I don't like this.
Soft is way too hard. It looks like.
It, it draws too easy.
Nice. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's all
Right.
yucky.
This is the nasty part. Sorry, guys. Old
Why don't we
school.
get you some
Old school.
water?
No.
Yeah.
No. So this is where charcoal comes into life. Right here. See that? Yeah, I licked my finger, but it adds so much more detail, especially with the fingers. You can get a lot more finite detail with things. Uh, with well, you can use water, but I just lick my fingers because that's what I do. You can see the dark coming out on the charcoal. Well, that was a thing. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next wing. Now my fingers are all sticky.
Hold on, I got my live paused. I'm gonna use the tripod on the other side of you to get a better angle.
Okay,
The lighting is a little bit off on my side.
gotcha. Now, the nice thing with charcoal is if you're doing something organic, it always seems like it's when you're doing the mixing, it's a lot better. And if you don't make the lines proper, they still look okay. Because especially if you do something like this, with a little bit more time and a little more shading, I can get this way better than what it is. But for the amount of effort that you do into something like this, it's going to be way better than trying to use markers or anything else. So, because charcoal by itself with moisture will spread across your mixed media page uh, to make it better looking. You just have to kind of test and see. I've got a whole bunch of drawings that I did from college that I might pull out a little bit. Just kind of show because I've done some things that are like complete amaze bowls, and it took me like 4 hours to do. Um, and I think that the Amish woman knitting. Do we have that one framed? I think we do.
I'm sure we do,
Oh,
but where it is, I don't know.
I think I gave it to my parents actually.
Oh,
So
that I don't know.
yeah. All right. So we're at this point now. The wings are done. I kind of want to do the tail. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this, but um, face is definitely obviously next. I'm gonna charcoal this out a little longer because I think the chest where I initially drew it doesn't fit with the body. So we're gonna go from there and do that. Um, this one's gonna be super dark right here. We'll do this up here. And then I think I'll leave that alone. But I'm going to add a little bit extra in here with the charcoal. Okay, so with the finger, and then right here, we're going to go ahead and just blur that out real quick. There we go. blend it in. So it's almost like watercoloring at this point because you're taking the charcoal and you're getting it a little bit wet, and then basically dragging across the medium to make it what you want it to be. But it's only in black and white, so you're not dealing with extra colors, which is always good. So we're going to go ahead and temp this side here. See how that looks. Lightly do this side. Just get enough blend on it. Oh, a little bit dark on that one. That's okay though. From this side, it looks better. From the camera side, it looks okay. Not bad. What do you think?
What?
Wingus.
I think the wings look awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. So with charcoal, you can always go back and make more finite lines to draw things out. But with charcoal, usually it's more you're looking for like a blended situation. So when you're looking at the artwork, it's from further back. You're not looking at it completely close. It's like a Van Gogh or a Dali or the guy who does pointillism. What's his name?
We were talking about that
Yeah, we were talking about
yesterday,
that the
and
other
I
day.
don't recall.
Yeah. So our work is a perspective of how close or how far you are away from something. So, you know, do the wings look good? Sure. I'm not done with this yet, though. So, uh, let's go ahead and do, since the wings are already done, we're going to go ahead and darken up the lines here. And make his tail a little bit longer, I think. It's going to actually probably come up this way, I'm thinking, because dragons have long tails. They have a lot of stories to tell, too. I'm not talking about the show Dragon Tales, right?
Who likes dragon tails, anyways?
Neither here nor there or anywhere.
Right?
Okay. I'm not quite sure that I want to commit to these positions yet, but I am sure about the position of the dragon and the way that I want the tail to work. So I might actually make this curl up and go over the top of the back of the hill. That's the initial thought. Let me do this in pencil though before I submit this to. What do you think of that?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, you're talking about it going. Yeah, you could do it that way. I don't know if it's me. I like to see the tail end, but I mean that works too.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So design design decisions. I think this arm seems like it's too. I need to go out this way. And I need to go back up this way because it seems like it's just like his arms coming out of his chest. So that's not going to happen. In fact, his chest needs to be fully viewable, I think. So it's going to be this way. That looks a lot better.
Yeah, I think so too.
So now he's got the muscly arm. I got to draw a little bit down here though, so it doesn't look looks like he has wrists that he can get handcuffs out of. He's like,
right.
all right, so trying to think. What do we want to do now? Excuse me. We're going to pull this arm a little bit back further because that seems more sense. Give him a little bit of shoulder right there. Take out this portion of the arc. Maybe move it back a little bit. You know what? Moving the whole arm back. That's what we're doing.
Mhm.
There you go. That looks a lot better. Might even have a little bit of arm on the outside. I think that seems like it's more.
There you go. He gave you a perfect profile view of his head now. He's just sitting over there, giving you the perfect view.
He just whipped his tail too. He's
Right,
like,
because I moved my foot.
stop looking at me.
Yeah, I moved my foot, so he probably got freaked out because my foot moved.
Yeah, so our beard dragon just went, hey, you looking at me? And whipped his tail around. It's more like a hero dragon. He's like, yes, I'm here to save you.
Yeah.
You have summoned me. I'm a dragon. What do you want?
Right?
More wishes?
More bugs. He doesn't even care about wishes. He just wants some bugs.
All right. So I got to figure out how to do scales on this guy with the charcoal. We're just going to be
Hey, Crumbs.
quite the problem. I love this eraser, by the way, because it's like the ADD kind of like fidget toy that everybody wants. Right there. Okay. So
Is that the eraser that came with the kit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's old school.
No, I know. That's totally fine.
It's old school.
There's nothing wrong with old school.
Now I know. Okay. So I think here I'm going to add a little more wetness to this thing here. It's like finger painting, but actually painting with your finger with charcoal.
Mm.
All right. So you think I should charcoal this in? I think this is pretty much. I can make adjustments later. What do you think?
I mean, I can't tell you what to do. You're the artist. You are the one that is the professional here.
I think Drogon needs to come over and inspect it.
You want Drogon to inspect it? He looks like he doesn't approve already. He had his eyes closed.
Wow.
Thank you, Gizzy.
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and pencil this in because this is. Seems like it's good enough.
Go for it.
Yeah. Do we want to give him alligator belly? Do we want to give him because dragons have like?
Would you like to hold him for a second or look at him and up close so you can kind of see?
No, okay.
I can bring him over and show him off to the camera if you'd like on your YouTube channel.
We'll do that as well.
Let me get him. Mr. Drogon. Can you come here for a second? I know you're all comfies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disturb you, sir.
I kind of like the form of this guy's head right now, so that's why I'm sketching this in. What was he doing?
I pulled him away from the window and he wanted to keep looking out the window, so his head went like this. He's like, oh no, I was pulling him away. All right.
He's probably going to get scared. He's like, no.
So let's see. Whoops. So here is the inspiration for the for the drawing. This is our little guy. His name is Drogon. He is our second dragon.
Beep.
Oh, he got scared. There you go. Yeah, you're a big guy now, huh? Yeah.
Licky. Give me licky.
He's just being nosy. He's a ladderback. Nice. I didn't even know that. Gizzy said he's a ladderback. No, don't go poopies on there. Oh. Where are you going? There you go. Here, so people on TikTok can see. There you go. I'm sorry. All right. You gave us the hint. We're gonna put you back. There, maybe he wants daddy.
Licky.
He's like, nope. He's not having any of it.
I'm going to put him down on this. Let him. There you go. If you poopies, that's part of the art. Don't worry about it.
Let's hope he does not.
Can I draw around you? Can I draw? No. You want to be somewhere else? Licky. I don't like the light.
Yeah, Gizzy said they have two straight lines down the back, which he has. I love it. I love that morph. You want to go back? Do you want to go back?
You ever watch Daddy draw?
Like, no. He's looking at everything.
Linkies.
He's like, I'm out of here, dude.
You can't type on the keyboard. Nope.
Okay, Mr. Drogon, we'll put you back. Say, bye, YouTube. I see you later. Say bye, Tiki Talkie. Bye, Tiki Talkie. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, he's shedding right now, so he's letting all his scales go all over the place right now. Who is calling?
Your mom.
Yeah, it is.
I called it.
Let me see if I can text her back.
That's a soft one. I don't want the soft one. What's funny is the soft one is like heavier than the medium one for the charcoal blocks. Like, really? How does that work out? I don't know. All right. So
So I don't know if I told you, but Gizzy is actually drawing a picture of me and Drax.
oh, okay.
She's also an artist.
Oh, nice to know.
Yeah, so she is going to be. I sent her. She asked for a picture to draw, so she's actually working on a picture of me and Drax. It's a picture you actually took. Anybody have any questions? Whether it's related to drawing or bearded dragons or life in general? So Gizzy, I'm leaving that up to you. Whichever way you think would look best, do it. That's what I say. Because her question was if I wanted the drawing to be with color or just black and white. What do you think, Mr. J?
Um, we all have our creative talents, and whatever's created is more than welcomed and awesome.
Exactly.
Our art is in the eye of the beholder, and the amount that's put into it increases the value of uh, your creativity. Let's put it that way. I'm getting Seth Roth vibes from this because of the way that I drew the eye and the wings and the.
Now, for those that don't understand who Seth Roth is, can you elaborate on that? No?
Oh,
That was a question for you. You brought
sorry.
it up.
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 7.
I was like, I guess that's no.
Final Fantasy 7.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, look at that. That is a mess. Of course, now Drogon looks like he wants to come out of his tank.
Of course.
Yeah. Can't have it both ways, sir. Sorry.
You can never through ways.
Yeah, I know. Hi. Now he's just staring at us like, let me out.
So I'll be doing a time lapse of the aerial picture. Little crackhead over there.
I know, I told you.
I'll be doing a time lapse video of the 3 videos that I put up on YouTube, and then they'll be time lapse, so it'll be basically like 3 hours of drawing in 15 minutes.
Yep.
What do to do. I don't know yet. Mental block. Oh goodness! All right.
I would say try to work on the face if you can, because that is like probably the piece that everybody wants to see you do.
Yeah, it looks like one of those fish guys from like Legend of Zelda. Honestly, look at it. It's like, and then little eye up here because the face is turning that way. So literally, it's eye here, and then I've got the mouth. And I'm like, how do I not?
Drogon's looking at you like, what are you talking about?
How do I not make this look like a fish?
So the ear also helps if you look at the structure of his face.
So he's got the ear back here.
It's actually further back than that.
Is that right?
If you look at his head right now, he's showing you his head perfectly.
Oh, it's
it's further back.
So it would actually be at the secondary bump that I got in the back already because I already knew that.
You already knew it?
Look, that's where the secondary bump's at.
Yep.
Now he looks. If you look at it this way,
although his bump back there is not as prominent as you're showing it to be.
Now he looks like Jabba the Hutt. He's like from South Park. Like,
hi, Drogon.
I hate Jimmy.
Hi. Right?
Look.
And he's just staring at us too, like, I can't see with your hand in the way.
I hate Jimmy.
This hand in the way. Yes.
I hate Jimmy.
Right.
Oh goodness. Okay, and then it's got the spikes on the back.
That's what I was saying. But the head looks a little bit off to me.
Well, because it's turned.
It is.
Like he's looking this way. Towards his pile of gold.
Drogon's still just looking at us like we're weirdos. Hi. How can I help you? Might even help too, like if you put a bearded dragon picture, unless you want to just look at Drogon.
Why would I not ever want to look at Drogon?
Because he's stinky.
He did lay quite the large poop the other day.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah, I know. It was pretty bad. He almost made me throw up, honestly. It was pretty awful. You just like the sound of that, don't you? That's why you were doing it. Yep.
No, it actually picks up material.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I've never worked with charcoal, really. So I wouldn't know.
All right. I need to do nostrils. So he's got, where's he at? He's got right about here. So I'm going to do this. Draw that up here. He's got an eyeball thing here. This needs to be more rounded out, so I need to erase more of this. Oh, that's looking better.
So weird. It's not even showing. I put a comment in there, and it's not showing either of my.
Is that comments. Looking better? Because I pulled the nose forward a little bit.
Yeah, because if you look at his head, it's very, I would say very, not rounded, but you know what I'm saying? Like a very oval type shape of head.
I got to rethink about that.
Yeah, that definitely looks better.
So nose
because look at his mouth too. His mouth is almost like I wouldn't say a beak.
Should I do teeth or just leave it be like he's a peaceful dragon that just wants to cuddle?
I feel like I would want something like that Drax picture that we have, where you have
Okay.
the mouth open.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Stinky dogs.
Yeah. Well, it's not the 15 billion roosters they had downstairs
I
earlier.
know.
I have to draw small teeth.
I know. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
You're just making this whole thing just a.
I wanted to just be epic, okay?
Well, the dragon has large talons. Okay. And then eyeballs. What we're doing circle. Looking down. Then we need spikes on the back of the head. That looks like a crazy dinosaur. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
I don't know what you're doing either.
I don't even know how I'm going to do this with the things and whatnot.
So if somebody wrote something, it looks like there was some stuff that was filtered. So please retype your question.
There you go. What do you think about that for claws? Let's go and have another one coming down this way that we can't see.
That face looks really good.
Thank you. It's not to my liking, but
You can see it's definitely taking shape.
all right. So we got that. I think we'll start doing scales. I'm not sure. The nice thing with charcoal is that you can kind of shade things, but then you can add defining lines to things at the same point. So, trying to think here. Um, there. I'm gonna take a little bit of this out. It's kind of more shaded, but I need to take more of that out. So should you have a definite color differentiation for the chest area?
Well, with bearded dragons, there's a differentiation, but what do you want to do?
Well, if I do, it's gonna be circular. I think not sort of like a breastplate, like what I've got right now.
Gotcha.
I think it's gonna be more rounded like this, so it looks like a Teletubby. What?
Mm.
There you go. What do you think about that? So it was straight across before, and I just removed that and just rounded it.
Yeah, you could do that
Yeah.
because that's kind of how they are on their stomachs.
So I draw a little line down here. What? He's got the little things on top of his eye. I'm gonna do that. For sure.
Oh, his markings or what?
Yeah, his little baby, her little baby dragon's got like these like they look like eyelashes. So we're gonna put those in there.
My mom did not respond back. So let me call her. I'm going to take a short break on my live.
Yeah.
So I'll be back in a little bit, guys.
There you
See you
go.
in a minute.
Look at that.
That looks pretty good. I like the face. The face is definitely shaping up for sure.
Yeah. I think the neck needs to come down just a tad bit. It needs to go down to here. Taking that out, I think, makes it look better as opposed to like Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Right.
Maybe a little more.
Okay, let me call her really quick. I'm just going to be over here.
Go do your thing.
Yep, I'll be right back.
Step in the closet.
Yep, I'm stepping in the closet.
My wife is going to the closet. She's not R. Kelly, though. Yeah, that looks better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more heavy detail lines in here now that I've done. Some of this. I think that'll add a lot more detail to what I'm trying to do here. All right, so that way we're going to do this way. It needs to be curved a little more, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like she just was calling to say hi, but she was driving, so she couldn't respond back to me.
Gotcha. Well, welcome back from the closet, or as we like to call the sound booth. All right. Well, okay, get rid of a little bit of that.
I had you probably haven't seen it around having my little like grip for the phone. I can't seem to find it. Oh, here it is.
All right. So creative decisions have to be made here. What am I going to do next? And that's kind of where man, that does not want to come off. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the proper thing and make this come down this way. So we're basically taking off a whole bunch of that didn't need to happen. Our dragon has like Aztec markings or Legend of Zelda, Tears of the King markings, where he's got like these yellow things above his eyes. They look like eyelashes, but they're awesome, and I'm trying to incorporate that into this. So I think the next thing that I'm going to start doing is the tail's going to be. That's a lot of work right there. So let's start with from the chest. We're going to go down to here and create sort of the same feeling for this area. Then after that, we're going to do rings. So it gives it a 3D kind of a perspective because most bearded dragons have rounded rings in them. Differentiating colors. So that could be yellow, it could be brown, it could be red. The rest can't be said. But we're going to go ahead and make this what we think we should be making this. So starting from the tail back, he's got rings of color. So I'm guessing it's going to be red and yellow, but it's black and white. So it's not going to be that. It's going to be gray and more gray because we're doing charcoal.
Gray and more gray, huh?
Yeah. Just depends on the thing. All right. So as we're getting down to the tail, it's easier because you have to do differentiations between how how the roundness looks and then going from there. And from here on out, it's going to be easy sailing because basically it's a round tail at this point. Maybe with some spikes on it. I might actually do something along the lines of like, old school stegosaurus. At the back end of the tail with, maybe some side ones. This is all pencil, so I really don't care at this point. But I'm just trying to get some ideas. Maybe some Tears of the Kingdom, dragon scales. I'm not sure.
Hi, Rellies. Yes, it is you.
I think of that. Yeah.
What, the tail?
Yeah.
So, yes, they do have rings on the tail, but they have tons of spikes.
No, but I'm thinking of the.
I think for me, like I said, what I would do is I would make the tail maybe curve up so you see the end of the tail.
Something more like this.
Yep. I would say even a little bit shorter than that. because I think I would say probably
It's too
about
wide.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Gizzy. I'll definitely check it later.
This can be a little bit thinner. Let's see how that looks. Let's make some happy little accidents.
You with your happy little accidents. You're hilarious.
There you go. What do you think?
I'm trying to think.
It should come back this way more and then come up.
Yeah, I mean, just leave it for now and then see where it goes from there. Anybody have ideas on the tail? Looks like you should be able to see it. Yeah. Okay. Aurelius is asking, how was your day after that chili? Haha, with a, haha emoji.
It was all right. It wasn't so much Bernie.
Yeah, I really thought you were going to have a tough time with that one, but I guess he has a very tough stomach. So sounds like he made it out okay. Me, on the other hand, if I did that, I probably wouldn't be alive right now.
I always joke that if someone were to pepper spray me, I'm like, please give me some chicken. All right, so we got that hand on there. So we're gonna do this one next, which would come to a fist right here. Let's do.
See you later, Aurelius.
All right, this leg's gonna be bigger by far because the arms are already huge. So I need to make this a lot larger. But my artistic style is draw something, make it real, like the wing, and then I work around the rest. That's kind of the way that I work as far as artistic stuff. And uh, once I'm kind of like finalized on something, then everything else kind of falls into place. Usually.
Usually. That's probably more accurate.
All right, so I'm gonna make this leg way larger. Let's see here. There. Edge of the rocks can be about here, which means his leg comes down that way. He's going to have big old kung fu legs.
Look at how Drax's legs used to be when he had his big old muscular leggies.
All right, so foot's going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out because I figured here's his hand. We're going to have the nut next one here, but this is the start of his hind leg, which kind of melds into the back of his back. And then because there's a vanishing line behind his back, you see the leg and the muscle as a complete thing. And we're going to start probably right about here. So I think that feels like that's the right place. So we've got this, and then I'm going to get rid of that. His toes are going to be probably, and I want to make them big. So we're probably going to do, I'm just going to draw a general kind of thing here. And pop this down here because this is going to be closer to you. So this is a big muscle, but his foot's going to be equally as large. So I'm thinking I'm gonna so I've kind of given him like claws from like a bird, and I'm gonna probably give him toes like a human. So
Toes like a human?
yeah, that's right.
What do you mean toes like a human?
Well, here's the big toe, and it's got a claw. All right, so there's a claw with the toe. It's gonna go. It's gonna go just a little bit like this. Then you have a secondary.
You want something to drink?
Not right now. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you. Secondary toe goes right there.
Hello, Miss Beverly. Welcome to our drawing exercise once again.
Third one goes here. You guys kind of want to set back from the previous toes because not all people's toes are the same. And nobody knows how actually toes work.
Those look way too big for his feet.
Well, it's closer to your
It is, but that's really big.
Wow. That's why I'm using pencil and not ink.
Oh my goodness.
What you think?
Drogon stinks. And he has his eyes closed over there like he's taking a nap.
Right. On the back. How's that sound? It's got a claw on the back.
That is a massive, massive foot.
Well, this is a dragon you don't want to mess with.
Drogon's looking at you. Hi, Shonda. Shonda's asking, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
I'm doing okay. Just a little sleepy today. We were up late last night watching James May. I don't know if you watched James May at all. What about you, Shonda? Right, a drawing block. Awesome. Glad to hear you're good, Shonda.
So I'm thinking, we've got him on a rock. He's already here. He's got his hands here. I'll redo the foot later because it looks like something.
Yeah, I think the feet also need to be like
where the wild things are, like extraordinarily large hands.
That's what I was saying. He has feet. Like really big feet.
So, and I love these erasers. They're basically
magical.
They're clay. They're stretchy.
I know. They're like. Let me see. You probably made it all hot, didn't you?
Oh yeah, no, it's the best way to have them.
Ew, it's all hot. Yucky, and it's sticky. Nice.
No.
Hey, I was being sarcastic, okay? Jeez Louise.
What if Jeez did Louise?
Jason, no.
I'm just asking. Anyways.
Well, I'm just telling you.
No. 9.
999.
All right. So we're gonna do. Let's see. Just imagining hand positions because I already figured this one's like this. Is it going to be the same way or is it going to be down? I think this is going to be down. So,
Hello, for those of you joining our stream on TikTok. We are doing a drawing of a very wicked bearded dragon with wings. Very ferocious bearded dragon. So we are doing something different once again today. It's along the same lines as our normal lives, but if we'd like feedback too, if you guys would like to see us do something else for lives, we're open to suggestion. If you guys like this content, please keep giving us likes so we know what you like. We are here to hang out with our buddies and to entertain. And as you can see, Mr. May is quite the artiste. I could not even draw anything anywhere near what Mr. May is doing here. He does an awesome job. He is a great artist.
thank you. All right. Got second hand drawn. There we
Nice. So you're doing it more along the lines because I'm looking at Drogon and he's got like almost like human hands where they're like different sizes.
But they're backwards.
But they're backwards, not the front ones.
Yeah, the back ones are backwards.
I always say that the front or the back legs always look like they should be on the opposite sides of each other because they look like they are on the wrong side. They look backwards. I mean, they make sense when you see them, climbing on something, but when you look at them just kind of sitting there, they just look backwards for some reason. I don't know if any of you guys think that way.
Give them some little bit of lines here.
Like you almost just want to, you're like, hey, why did you put your legs on wrong? Sorry, fix them. Except for Drogon actually has missing toes. Poor little dude. What?
No, I'm just thinking.
Thinking of his missing toes?
Right. Something.
Something.
I don't
Something,
know.
something.
All right. So we got now for the people who own bearded dragons, should I do sexy leg where his legs just like splayed out this way?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Somebody please vote for that. Somebody please tell me you think you should do that. Gizzy? Shonda, somebody tell me what you think.
And there has to be a ballerina slipper on it.
No, there doesn't. Gizzy said, do it. See what you did?
Yeah, well.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna totally change your whole drawing though. You gotta, or at least have it like draped across the rock. Yeah, like long ways like that, like sexy leg.
What's that Deadpool thing?
What? Oh yeah, well, let's not say that on here. Don't say that on here. We probably already crossed a boundary by saying the S word.
What?
You already know what word that is.
The one word?
Yeah, that one. So don't do it too much.
Mother lover.
Right? I know. Oh, how is the drawing coming along, Gizzy? I'm so excited to see it. I'm definitely gonna have to do a video on it for sure.
You know, it'd be funny to do.
What?
Is draw a pair of tongs with the hornworm right here.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
now you're just getting all crazy with this. You are ridiculous. Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean, you could do something like that. You have this fierce bearded dragon looking dude, and then all of a sudden you give him like this hornworm in the corner.
Put him down the corner. He's looking down this way.
Right?
Like, what? What? Is that a hornworm? I'm gonna get you.
Oh my gosh. You know what's funny is my brother Michael sent me a maybe it was an Instagram where it was a girl petting her dog, and she was like, you know, I love this dog and would literally unalive myself if I had to for my dog, but my dog would trade me in for a chicken nugget. And I said, you know what? My Drogon would probably trade me in for less. He'd be like, oh, a worm. Okay, I don't care about you anymore, Mom. Bye. It's terrible what they do. He wouldn't care. Ah, Drogon. You know the sad reality, though, Jason, is Drax probably would have done it too.
Here comes the disgusting part. Ew, saliva.
Oh, Jason. Gross.
Yeah, more spit.
Why?
Because it makes things blend better.
No. Ugh. No. Why would you do that?
Me?
Yes. Well, who else am I talking to? Drogon? He's not drawing.
That's like, did you fart today? I'm the only one in the room. Who else didn't?
By the way, Shonda, if you're still here, you know what this guy did? He went to the Walmart with his little farty machine.
You found a new secret.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear my
Guess
phone.
who's here? Bet you'll never guess.
Repty friends.
Yes, I see Repty is in the house. What's up, Repty? He said, I just had a huge convo with my local pet shop I love, and they said they're going to work with me. I'm scared. What do you mean by work with me? Hi, Stephs. How are you? We have somebody that joined named Michael Rowe.
I love your dirty jobs.
Right? Once I get my 501c, they said they'd love to help me help them with rescues, and they will rehome. Awesome.
Good to hear.
Steph says, yes, not bad. Thanks. How are you? We're doing okay. We're just chilling here, drawing some epic crazy bearded dragons with wings.
Look at that.
Shonda says, I really love it. You are doing a really good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As a very young child, I always wanted to become an animator or an artist, and unfortunately, things take you from different paths to not allow you to create your dreams. But sometimes you come back to them, and you're like, "Oh, I actually like doing this again."
Yeah, Steph says it looks fantastic, and they put two I heart emojis and also said very talented.
Well, thank you very much. Let me show you from the other side, because it upside down it doesn't look as good as what
see,
it
because
does.
I can see. Give me. And it probably looks a little bit warped on screen because obviously the angle in which you're holding it. People can't see it. You need to scoot it over. Let's see. Hold on, because I'm watching this from my laptop, so I can't really. You can see right here. See how there you go, the head. There you go. It's delayed, so
Yeah.
just wait a second. Oh,
Oh,
other
the other
way. Yeah. Give us just a second. Sorry. I have my phone away from me, and that's what's recording, and I'm on a laptop screen. There you go. Steph says, love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he's been working pretty hard at it. For what? How long have we been doing this now?
No,
A couple hours?
hour 35.
There you go. So hour 35. And I know he's only just begun. He's probably going to add a lot of scales. He's probably going to do some extra stuff. This is more just the rough draft of it right now.
This was that before I started.
An hour and 30 something minutes ago. So. Literally, we just bought this book fresh today, his notepad where he's drawing now. I had it right in the corner so people could see. Here, hold on.
There you go. That's me. If you can catch me.
You're away from the camera now.
Catch me if you can.
Sorry. You're awful, Jason. No, it's delayed, so you have to give it a second before you start moving it because it takes a minute for it to catch up. There you go, probably right there. So wait a second. Yeah, so leave it there. That is his YouTube and his TikTok. So he hasn't done any drawings or anything on his TikTok, but his YouTube does have some of his other stuff that he likes to build. Oh, you are like totally out of screen.
How does that even work?
It's because it's delayed. That's what I keep telling you. I'm on my other account.
Yeah.
So it's delayed. It doesn't, it's a couple seconds delayed. So you have to no, look, you're way off. Look at where the cameras are. You are hilarious. Obviously, he's not very good at camera work.
Not with delayed camera work.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Thank you, Stephs, for the tiny diny. There you go. So leave it there for a second. J-Mate, oh, you went off screen again. Oh, darn it. You know what? I'm just going to get up so I can do it. This is ridiculous. Ay. Okay. So for those of you that didn't catch it, that is his YouTube. Oh.
I tubed sold the U.
Yeah. Izzy says, I'm not great with faces, but I did my best. All now is detailed. No, that's no worries.
I believe me.
Def not said I love that drawing.
Well, thank you. I too am horrible at drawing actual faces. When it comes to animals, I can create things, but when it comes to actual human details,
so let's do this. I'm gonna put this down here for you guys so you guys can see it while he's drawing. There you go. That works. Let's put it outside of the comments because it's buried underneath the comments in there. There we go. So that is his YouTube and his TikTok. If you are interested in following him in the other avenues.
Okay, so we've got that.
I'm sure we'll have a better way of putting his details up at some point, but that is the best we can do at this moment.
My hands are full of charcoal.
Def Not said, I can barely draw, LOL.
It just takes practice. Yeah.
He actually has been drawing for quite some time. He's an older guy. Steph said, I'd be very interested to see if you can draw Rankin's dragons, cousin version of bearded dragons.
I'm sure I could.
I'm sure he could too. He actually does a lot of different types of drawings. He's done faces. He's done, you even did fruit, huh? You had a fruit bowl. You've done, obviously, animals.
Yeah.
Def Not said, can you draw snakes?
That's kind of like a snake.
No, it's not. Let me see if I can. I'm going to pull up a picture for him so he can see what a Rankin's dragon looks like. 1 second. So that is the dragon they're talking about. It's similar.
Right.
But not exactly.
They got a shorter nose.
Yeah, they have much more of a stubby kind of face.
And the bigger eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty cool dragon. I don't think I've seen those before.
Okay, so I'm thinking the bottom needs to be. And this is going to be harsh. Oof. So
So
there's a bearded line underneath here where they become like the soft underbelly, like squishy, comfy dragon that nobody likes to touch because they might be bitey.
Steph says that's amazing. I've got 10 Rankins dragons. They aren't very common. Def Knot says I have 2 snakes. I love bearded dragons. Thank you for the follow, Def Knot. Steph's Rankin says they grow no bigger than a juvenile beardy. Wow, so they stay pretty small then. My guy that I have currently, his name is Drogon, and he is I think about 5 months old now, and he is I think that's juvenile now. So that's not pretty big because I know my past bearded dragon that I had, Drax, he was around 23 inches. So he was pretty big.
There you go. There's zero. I think that's gonna do it right there.
Yeah, that looks fine.
Yeah.
Please let me know, guys, if you need me to get in closer on the screen or if that's close enough for you guys. Yeah, Stephs, it was insane. I can't tell you how many times we would have my dragon out and he would always get the compliment of, that's the biggest bearded dragon I've ever seen. So, yeah, he was the biggest that we had ever seen too. So he was very well taken care of. Exactly. Like literally every person we talked to that would say, "Oh, I had a bearded dragon, but he was nowhere near that size."
Yeah. Okay. So this a little bit.
So bearded dragons do have the black beard. I'm not sure about the Rankins dragon since I've never seen one before, but bearded dragons do have their beard turn black when they get upset. They also turn black when they're not feeling well too.
Except for the black ones, they're always black.
Well, I don't know if their beards are white underneath because I have seen some black bearded dragons that are like
Yeah, but their mouths
white,
are yellow on the inside, which is
yeah, they have like
weird.
just they're so different.
All right, so we're gonna start. I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand most of this. I'm doing uh, scales just by doing short yellow
Loops.
small loops. And then I'm going to do the aforementioned wetness to blend it all together. So hopefully I don't get enough wetness, which would not be good. But already he's looking like a Godzilla Mothra kind of mix, where
Ooh, that looks really cool. I like how you're doing the face.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Right, so for the
Stephs, are
fingers,
you talking about the bearded dragons? Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I'm good. I'm just trying to get my details in here.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm trying to do what looks like scales, but I don't want to do too much where it's really not good. This way.
That definitely looks really cool.
Okay, so whenever you do charcoal, this is always kind of like it's going to work out great, or it's going to turn to uh, lizard poop, literally.
Right.
All right, so we're adding some water.
That looks so cool. When you are done with this, we need to hang it up in our room somewhere. I really like this.
And when you're doing the moisture, it's depending on which way you want the direction of the thing to look. So like this is underneath the arm, so therefore I added more moisture down here to add more shading. We're gonna do the corners of the arm here.
And at Steph's, I see you are talking about the beardies and the rankins in the same tank. I've seen that many times in many different pet stores, and I wish they wouldn't do that, but they do. And our dragon was actually in the tank with another bearded dragon, and I think he was getting bullied by that other bearded dragon.
Okay, so now that I've done that and I've blended this in, I can go back with the pencil and add more detail lines to make this sharper. So as you're going through and doing this gives more definition and detail to the charcoal. And this is just a graphite pencil. It's not anything special. It's just a regular number 2 pencil. It's a soft lead, but you're adding the darkness to give the contrast between the shading and the outside lines of the drawing. Uh, so I'll take some of this out just to kind of clean it up.
You know what I was noticing though too when you were doing the outlines, it looked like you kind of covered up. There's like a little. So if you ever look at Drogon from the.
he's
I think no, he wants night. That's why he wants to cuddle. But there you had a line that was a little bit more defined, and I'll point it out with this pencil. So here there's actually like a slight divot like that.
Right.
And you kind of covered it up a little bit. You might want to redefine it because that does give them kind of a little bit more of a.
So like you could come back and then draw the details.
Yeah.
Because you're from a distance you're looking at this and you're seeing not everything, but when you're close up to it, it makes
there you go. That's what you did. You had that like light the slight little this spot right here is what I was talking about.
Well,
Yeah.
this is eye socket. That's kind of
Yep.
what. Now I need to redefine the jaw line here. There's teeth in between there, and he looks more like a velociraptor at this point, but still like a bearded dragon. So I'm not too upset about that.
Yeah.
I need to bring this back down because that kind of needs to be.
Yeah, definitely. I know.
Copacetic.
I totally agree with you. I actually took my dragon for that reason because I could tell he was definitely getting bullied. He's actually missing toes, and his tail. We're not sure if it was stuck shed or not, but he did have like a little crimp at the end of his tail.
So I'm very much a big mixed media person, but I usually like to use one sort of standard thing. So graphite, charcoal, those work together well. You could do pens, but when you start doing charcoal with pens, it makes your pens bad. There's certain medias that kind of work well together, and there's certain ones that do not.
Yep.
And when you're doing simple drawings like this, it's more of a thing of kind of just find the defined areas as opposed to uh, where things need more detail or less, and you can add shading by doing uh, finger work like like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wash my hands now because I got charcoal over my fingers. But it's kind of fun just to play. It's like figure painting, but with charcoal. Um, mm, I think I might actually call this for the night.
Really?
We're about almost 2 hours into this.
So I will keep my stream going on TikTok then. You can take a break.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Drogon out and I can do a Q&A with you guys and show you guys my little babykins.
Bam.
So if you're on my TikTok, hang tight.
I have a pencil.
Hang tight on my TikTok. I will not end the live for myself, but we're gonna end his YouTube live.
Right. So here we go. This is what we're looking at currently. Which, yeah, I need to get the eye done because it looks pretty bad without the eye in there. It looks like something like half dead. Anyways, thank you guys that are watching on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. I'll be doing the rest of this tomorrow. I've got tons of videos. Check all my stuff out. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
Okay, guys, I gotta take my. So he is using my tripod right now. So I'm gonna have to steal my tripod.